My favorite line in that scene was, of course, our favorite discussion about universal versus relative morality. And Fiber saying to that man on the street, what about when that like person went to the nightclub and shot up all those people? Like,
which had to have happened like weeks before this movie.
It's very yeah. Like seriously. And then and they use that as which that was just like whoa, okay. All of a sudden they're talking about the Pulse nightclub shooting, and he uses that as an example of like, so can you say that him doing that was, I might put the clip in, but it's like, can you say why them doing that was wrong?
I totally appreciate you want to invite me to church, and obviously you think your way is the best, but can't we just coexist? I don't believe there's only one right way to live life. Your belief works for you, that's great, but maybe something else works for somebody else.
Wait. Let's back it up a little bit. Is there any action that we can agree on that's totally wrong? Like, for example, the guy that went in a nightclub in Orlando and shot all those innocent people, is what he did wrong?
Of course it was wrong.
But that's our opinion. And clearly he had a different opinion. He felt those people deserved to die. So what makes his opinion right and ours wrong?
And it's like, well, of course it was wrong. The guy's a psycho. And it's like, yes, but like, basically they're saying that we disagree. He thought it was a good thing to do. We think it's a bad thing to do. The only way that we can really, come to terms on whether this is like a moral fact versus opinion is because of God's law. Which, again, we've talked about this before.
Right.
Especially, I remember we talked about this with regards to Ray Comfort. I'm sure all three of us have, but what comes to mind is when Julian, you and I watched Genius, the John Lennon movie.
Yes, governor.
There's a lot of talk of universal morality in that movie because he has all the examples of like, if you could go into a basement and steal $10 million, like no one would catch you. Yeah. So
would you kill a man if his wife came to you and said he was a rat? Or what did he say? A rat. That's what it is.
A rat.
He is a rat.
It's like, and this woman says, my husband is a rat.
I've got another dilemma for you. This lady wants to get rid of her husband. She says he's a rat. All you have to do is drop one tablet of arsenic into his coffee when he's not looking. You will get away with it. You'll not get caught. And she'll give you $10 million cash. Would you do it?
Yes.
Would you put arsenic in his drink? The only example you get.
Let's just talk about Genius again.
I know. That was so
so
fun. We always have a good time when we talk to Ray.
Yeah.
But this is to say that I was excited and surprised to hear a random struggle session about universal versus relative morality happen in this film. And Fiber's just like, yeah, the Pulse nightclub shooting? And I was like, whoa.
And he says that in response to the guy saying, can't we just coexist?
Yeah. So, the movie goes a little hard in that respect. What turns into a just like passing out flyers to come to church type example is like two 17-year-olds owning atheists with logic and reason.
One of the conversations they had shortly before that one that I enjoyed was it was the guy you really liked, Julian. He was saying there are a lot of rules at church, and then their response was, "We're not about rules. Jesus wasn't about rules. He's about forgiveness."
Huh. I mean, he was about rules. There are rules,
right?
But whatever you got to say to get people's feet in the door, I guess.
Yeah.
Jesus, Jesus is just whatever you want him to be.
Yeah,
in
man.
the moment, depending on who you're talking to.
If you want to shoot up a nightclub, that's on you, man. It's just a difference of opinion.
It's kind of like flipping the tables at the money counters,
Yeah.